So in today's video, we're going to be talking about how the icon SBC we got yesterday is probably bad for your investments, but there's still investments to go and make. And on top of that, we're going to be covering everything that's come in the last 24 hours. But before we do start, if you guys are interested, I do offer a daily subscriber trading guide, which you can get for free with Amazon Prime. All you got to do is click on the top link in the description and subscribe over on Twitch. It is free of Amazon Prime. If not, it's £5, €5, or $6. In there, you will get yourself daily updated investing guides, daily updated trading guides for silver trading, daily updated trading guides for shadow trading with massive lists of buy and sell prices. And a player that's done pretty well recently is we recommend Lookman just the other day. We knew the exact same thing was going to happen with Lookman that happened with Kalulu, and so it did. We recommend buying Lookman. Don't recommend buying him up to 20k. Well, he went all the way from 19k all the way up there to 34k in less than 24 hours. So nearly almost doubling your coins there in less than 24 hours on the likes of Lookman. And he's still managed to hold up to 30k. So, you know, even if he didn't sell the most optimal time, he's done pretty well. And that is just one of many investments that has done well. But an investment that has not done well, sadly, is Fodder. Now, why is Fodder not done well? Sadly, it's not in my control. Sadly, in my control, I don't have if Fodder rises or not. We can predict if Fodder rises or not going off of trends, but sometimes those trends do not follow through very well. This week being one of them. Now, why has Fodder not done very well? You know, normally with an icon SBC, Fodder last week absolutely banged. Well, EA's just released the exact same content. And if EA releases the exact same content, they've got to do something to it to make it more demanded. Because of course, the first time, you know, everyone's really excited, it's new content, people do the SBC. But as soon as EA keeps on releasing the exact same stuff, we don't see, you know, positive things for Fodder. We saw this happen last week when they went and re-released the Total Rush upgrade. There was an 85 plus Total Rush / RTK in the pack code, but they didn't release it, they just re-released that. Well, they've done the exact same thing here and just re-released the base icon. Now, the only difference is that it is, I think, 80k cheaper. But that's not enough for it to be interesting. The way that Fodder would have done well is, one, if they went and released it probably about half the price it was 2 weeks ago, or two, they would have allowed you to go and complete it 2 times. If they allowed you to go and complete it 2 times, that means, you know, instead of having to have 2 people do the SBC, you're just going to have 1 person do it twice. And obviously that could have rose Fodder nicely. Likewise, if they made it significantly cheaper than last time, that could have rose Fodder nicely. But it wasn't, it was just 80k cheaper. And I mean, in all fairness, all those icons in the pack, on average, are probably going to be way less than 80k cheaper than last time. So, yeah, really undesirable. And because it was undesirable, it just didn't rise Fodder. And to add to that, we also went and got another player SBC, a Nike Williams, not desirable. I mean, to add to that, the SBCs this week just haven't been very well designed. You can see, look, downvotes of 1.4 thousand, downvotes of 1.2 thousand, downvotes of 750. You know, the only player who's been kind of upvoted is Darwin Núñez. Even Darwin Núñez didn't rise Fodder. Well, what is the significance of these cards all being downvoted? It means they're not demanded, normally. Sometimes players are heavily downvoted and still done. It's just maybe the player's a bit controversial. Well, yeah, just none of these SBCs are being completed. And to add insult to injury, the only other SBC leaked for this week, so we will probably get ourselves another SBC or 2 other than this between now and Thursday, or at least 1 I'd say, is O'Hara, and I'd say O'Hara probably isn't going to be crazily demanded. So I don't think it's looking very promising for Fodder. I mean, let me go and show you what happened with Fodder yesterday. We can see 84s went from 2.5, did go up to 3k. We can see that 85s went from 5.5 and they went up to 6k. We can see that 86s, they went from 9.5 and they're down to 9k. We can see 87s, they went from 13k, they're down to 12k. We can see 88s, these cards went from 16k, they're still currently 16k. We can see the 86 rated informs are 19.5, they're down to 19. We can see discard informs are about 12.5 and they're down to, well, still 12.5. So we can see that traditionally SBCs that, you know, have risen Fodder really nicely just haven't really risen, and that's because they're not that rare in the first place, because the SBCs prior to the icon SBC hasn't been demanded. And, you know, this icon SBC just isn't really that interesting. So what is the future for Fodder? Well, the future for Fodder is obviously it will go down on a Thursday, so you need stuff either at the Monday 6pm, the Tuesday 6pm, or the Wednesday 6pm. And again, we're probably only likely to get 1 other player, maybe 2 other players, other than O'Hara. So I don't think it's looking very promising. I think the only fodder that maybe is looking promising would be 83s, 84s, maybe 85s, and then discarding forms. Why is this? Well, we should go and get ourselves a new party bag SBC on the Wednesday, and the party bag SBC on the Wednesday can rise fodder quite nicely. On top of that, if O'Hara does come out and she's cheap, well then that can rise low rated fodder. But high rated fodder isn't going to rise for O'Hara. If O'Hara is out here requiring 87s, 88s, she's just not going to be well demanded. And again, other than that, you're just gambling on this probably one other SBC that is yet to be leaked. So my play, in my opinion, even if you're going to go and sell for a loss, I would sell 87s, 88s, and probably informs above 84 rated, and I'd go and buy metas. Because you'd be taking a loss on the fodder, but what you'd be doing is you'd be making coins on the metas. Yeah, it kind of just sucks. Obviously, we anticipate that an icon week is normally really good for fodder. It's an expensive SBC that's highly demanded, therefore it wipes loads of fodder off the market. But again, it was not very well demanded through multiple means of, one, it wasn't an upgrade on the last icon SBC, because there were even leaks that leaks in the Discord that they was going to include the Centurion cards, and even that would have been slightly nicer than just re-releasing the exact same SBC. But yeah, so your best bets would basically be, if you've got low rated fodder, I think you can happily hold it, especially 84s, 5s and discard team of the weeks. But for high rated fodder, you're better off selling it and investing in meta cards. Before we talk about investing in meta cards, I'll just talk briefly about the Anarchy Williams SBC. Yeah, not very well demanded. The main reason he's not very well demanded, 150k, and then, do we not have the EVO at the beginning? Sorry. So you got this card that was 150k, but at the beginning of the game, again, literally week 1, we had this card here. And if I go and flip between the two cards, it's +1 pace, no plus shooting, +1 passing, +2 dribbling, and then this one has this one does have left mid, which is interesting, but this one does have a power shot, and I'd say the power shot probably completely outweighs it. Plus, this is a card that came out a month and a half ago, so to go and release a card that's worse, arguably worse than the card that was out a month and a half ago, which people could get for free, just means it's not very well demanded. Yet another thing not rising fodder, kind of like the third SBC this week, or at least the second SBC this week, that's kind of flopped in demand, which again is not favourable for fodder. We did go and get ourselves a generic SBC, which was really good for money. We made some really good money, recommended buying Bundesliga rare left backs, Bundesliga rare right backs, Bundesliga rare goalkeepers, because it was a high chemistry, needed a lot of rares, needed a Bundesliga player. So yeah, we did end up making very, very nice money on Bundesliga left backs, right backs, and goalkeepers. You can see Raum, who we recommended buying up to 800 coins, went up to 2.8k. We got Galacci, who we recommended buying up to 1k. I mean, you can see right now he's already 3.3, but last night he went up to 4.3. And again, all this was given away for free at 6 PM. Do make sure to go and join the streams at 6 PM. I do make all these calls and it's free. It's not a subscriber thing. So, when you see people flexing that the Discord made loads of money on the generic, I make everyone money on generic. You don't have to sub, don't have to give me any money. All you got to do is join the stream at 6 PM, and I do go and make these calls. So, very nice, very lucrative. Do make sure to go and join. Now, because of this SBC being quite awkward, there is good money SBC solution trading. SBC solution trading is basically when you buy the cheap players in the SBC solution, and what happens is, because everyone's building these SBC solutions, they become expensive. For example, like Alicia Lehmann is going to be quite a rare card. Footbin says that she is 550, but if this has been the cheapest solution for a while, she'll probably be at least at a K. So let's have a little look right now. So Alicia Lehmann, there we go. Says she's 550. No, I mean, the card's probably not quite rare enough at the moment. But what can happen is these cards can go from 550 to 2-3k if they become nice and rare. So I will actually, on today's tutorial video, will be teaching you guys how to SBC solution trade. Again, if you guys don't know, I do have a tutorial channel where I make a brand new tutorial about 4 or 5 times a week, answering trading related stuff, investing related stuff, and sometimes just general FIFA stuff. So if you guys are interested, second link in the description. It's all ad free at the moment because it's not monetized. So yeah, feel free. But today we will be dropping a video about how to go and solution trade. But yeah, so there was good money on the solutions. Regarding the link investments to Anarchy, this is just something that shows he wasn't demanded. Pre the SBC, he was 9.7. Post the SBC, he is 10k. Again, nothing crazy. There was a Nico Williams as well. Pre the SBC on Nico Williams, he was 11k. Post the SBC, he was 9k. There we go. Owly yesterday, look, 11.6 in the hype. Crashed down there to 8.6. So not much right there. Again, we will get underway with investments in a set, but we'll just talk a little bit about the evolution. We did go and get ourselves a new evolution, if we can go and load up there. Not amazing. 80k for yet another centre mid / CDM Evo. I don't think it's very popular. It didn't really go and drop CDMs and centre mids. It didn't really rise the players that fit it. Yeah, most popular players, again, it's okay, but it's just nothing crazy. I don't personally think this Camavinga is not a bad card. Tiki-taka is quite well demanded, but yeah, not too insane. I mean, I think anything that looks good, I'm pretty sure is a combination. I mean, 180k for that card is just a bit of a rip-off. So, yeah, nothing too crazy was created out of it. Even cards like Curtis Jones, who I guess who fit it, who look quite interesting, still didn't really do that insane. You know, they went from 26, went extinct, but they're not even really holding extinct, as you can see right there. He's there at 30k, so nothing crazy there. So, like I said earlier, if you guys have high-rated fodder, I actually recommend selling that high-rated fodder to invest in metas. Why is this? Well, as soon as people's Ballon d'Or loans are going to end, or even as early as, I guess, not last night, but 2 days ago, the markets already started rebounding. And it'll rebound going all the way into Friday midday when people are building their weekend league teams. So there are a few different sort of angles you can go and invest in. So the first angle you guys can go and invest in is just buying the current team of the week. Buying the meta current team of the week, so they should rise nicely between now through to Wednesday. So you got cards such as Gokares should rise nicely between now through to Wednesday. The rises on team of the weeks is the leader rise now through to Wednesday, and though you'll sell them before they go out of packs on Wednesday, because there'll be a lot of pre-hype, and because there's a lot of pre-hype, they can sometimes get panic sold out of packs. If they don't rise a lot between now and Wednesday, then what you want to go and do is go and sell them Friday midday, because they should rise when people are buying them for weekend league. The players you can do for that is Gokares, Diani, and Kirks, and that's your first investment, is buying the current team of the week. The next investment is buying pre-team of the week. Gold meta cards favour to go out of packs, and therefore should do right nicely over the weekend. The play we have right here is Liverpool-Arsenal. We can see right here, this game we got ourselves a Mo Salah. Mo Salah went and picked himself up 1 goal and 1 assist. So yeah, meta card going out of packs wouldn't be too bad. We'd expect a nice rise on the likes of Mo Salah. So the second investment you can go for is pre-team of the week. The third investment you guys can go for is going to be the kind of the same sort of thing, but it's cards that are out of packs for the current promo. So we've got something like Rafa Leao, we've got something maybe like Hansen, but a little bit too overkill, or something like Son. So the likes of Leao and Son, because they're out of packs for the current promo, these cards should rise nicely on the Thursday evening and Friday midday. So we do recommend picking up these cards and going and flipping them with Weekend League. Next thing you can go and invest into is going to be going into the meta cards who rose nicely last week. If meta cards rose nicely last week, presuming they haven't been replaced by an SBC, and like we said earlier, all the SBCs this week have been pretty rubbish, well then they should rise nicely this week. A nice example of this is someone like Stanway. We can see last week she went from 33 all the way up there to 65k, and then since, yeah, has started rebounding already, so Stanway is a nice version, or a nice investment you can go and pick up now and sell on the Friday. Likewise with Pulisic, you can see right here, Pulisic rose all the way from 220 up to 280, went back down again, but has been rising since. And I think that's about all she wrote. I think that is. Yeah, I mean, that is literally all she wrote. So the investments we're looking at buying, gold cards who are favourite hit the team of the week who are meta, current team of the week, meta players who are out of packs. I don't recommend buying the current promo. I've said this a few times. The equivalent promo last year dropped every single week to Black Friday, and because it drops every single week going into Black Friday, I just don't back this as an investment. I understand Team 1 has risen out of packs, I think, both times now, but yeah, I just wouldn't really fancy it as an investment. So I wouldn't really touch any of these because, again, Centurions didn't do very well out of packs, and I understand some of these might look a bit appetizing, but I think it's a better sort of play it safe. I think these out-of-pack specialists can do, I think the out-of-pack specialists, and not these ones here, but the previous ones, can do very well without having the added risks of these. So that's why I wouldn't go and touch that. But that is going to go and wrap it up. I'd say we'll have a video on solution trading this on the, tutorial channel. Also, we'll be live all the way from 9 all the way through to 6:30, which we'll be doing icon trading. So if you guys are interested, we'll be doing that over there. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.